Hopefully, you had a very productive work day today. If not, there's always tomorrow that you can try again. Um, so I thought I would tell you guys a little bit more about me and why I decided to go vegan. It was not one of those new year, new me type of things. This has actually been in the works for about a year now. If you read the title of my channel, it's Living with Rheumatoid Arthritis. I was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis. My son is 9 now, so it's been about 9 years since I've been diagnosed. Well, 8.5 years since I was diagnosed with it. And with rheumatoid arthritis, it's I guess it's a chronic illness. Most people kind of tailor it towards old people, but as I've been doing my research on it, there's babies that are diagnosed with it, juvenile arthritis, and some people it paralyzes them. Some people have literally died from the disease because of how it hits your joints, and if you're not really monitoring it and going to the doctor, making sure your levels are all all in place, it could cause severe damage to your organs. So for me, I have definitely deformed hands, only because when I was diagnosed with it, I was misdiagnosed, and that's because I didn't have a primary care doctor. I was just basically going to like the free clinic doctor. I didn't realize how important it was to take advantage of all of my health insurance benefits, so I was just going to the doctor every now and then. But this particular time, I was going after I had my son, and I was told that it was pregnancy carpal tunnel, but then my hand started to shift. So from there, I actually went to a private doctor, and a simple blood test diagnosed it. And I was like on maybe 5 or 6 different medicines um, to try and stop the disease from progressing. But it was something that I was like embarrassed about for a long time, because you would think that people wouldn't be rude and stare, but they do. Instead of just asking you, like, hey, what's wrong with your hands? They kind of just give you this odd stare, like, so. Um, but then the other flip side of that is when people do find out that you have rheumatoid arthritis, they tend to want you to diagnose them with it as well. So it's like, oh, I have a ache in my knee, or my back's been hurting. And I'm like, child, go to the doctor. I don't have no PH anywhere in my name. Not a doctor. I went to school for kinesiology, but that's about as close as it gets. I can't diagnose you. But no, that's my main thing, because if you can catch it early, it's better to catch it early. So I said all that to say this. Upon doing my research, with rheumatoid arthritis, there are certain things that you could eat that triggers your joints to flame up. So a lot of those things are red meat and dairy. And with the vegan diet, it cuts out basically everything that could cause your joints to flame up. So the beginning of last year, I started on this weight loss journey, and I started to where I did pescatarian. Um, Pescatarian is basically a vegetarian that eats seafood. And then I went from just doing that to just cutting down my meals to 1,200 calories. And then I jumped on the bandwagon and I did the HCG diet, which was daily injections, 500 calories. Over last year, I lost a good amount of weight, 49 pounds. I stopped really keeping track after I hit the 49 pound mark. But now it's more so of just maintaining the weight that I want. Um, I don't know, I'm a good size. Like, you know how you look back on throwback pictures and you're like, wow, I was super skinny. I was like bobblehead skinny. Like, my head didn't match my body. I was like super skinny. And back then I thought I was oh so thick. And then I really got thick, thick, the thick, thick, where You ain't shopping in a regular girl's clothes no more. um, yeah, but it wasn't a bad. But people will always say, "Oh, you look good for having 5 kids," but hell, I don't know if that's compliment or shade. Hell. So no, I just started working on that, and not only so this journey has also brought me more spiritual as well. No, I don't go to church every single Sunday, but I do go to YouTube Church of Christ. I'm really into Sarah Jakes right now and John Gray. I started off with Willie Moore, so it's their messages hit me a little bit more. Um, I don't really know how to say it, but it's one of those things where I get up every single day and that's my morning routine. I won't get on the phone. I won't get on social media. I'll get on YouTube to hear a word in a sermon, and then on my way to work, I listen to gospel music because that puts me in the right headspace. Like working in corporate America, um, it's just like so much. Like you just wouldn't believe like everything that goes on. You know what I mean? Like sometimes I feel like Tyra Banks on the episode of Top Model when you're trying your best and you want it more than your employee wants it, and you're like, we're rooting for you. Like I feel like that, and sometimes my passion gets me too emotional to where some people just want a job, and at times I have to step back and be like, okay, you just want a job and I can't make you want this as a career. So anyways, that puts me in the headspace of that. But eating clean and having a clear mind can put you in the direction that you're supposed to go, both mentally, physically, spiritually. So yeah, I'm loving it. I love everything about it. Like I had a manager today. He was like, "Oh, are you gonna be one of them vegans that try and stuff vegan down everyone's throat?" I'm like, "No, I'm not like you, meat eater that sticks meat up and down everyone's throat." But no, it's all fun and games. Yeah, so that's a little bit of backstory about me and why I chose the vegan diet. Um, so if there's any other questions that you may have, or anything else you want to know, feel free to drop a comment. And I know I said I was going to do videos weekly, but I don't know. I like talking to you guys. So whenever I'm in the mood, I'm just going to upload a video, and I promise um, once I get this whole thing down as far as the video, my daughter, she's a super nerd, so she's going to start editing them, and I'm going to get the right lighting, and it's going to look good. But until then, we just going to grow together, child. But anyways, remember, stay positive, stay blessed, and be productive, whether it's tonight, tomorrow, whenever. Just make sure that at the end of the day, you take care of you, and everything else will fall into place. Again, peace and blessings, you guys.